What's up, traders? Today we're setting up market profile charts inside of Thinkorswim, which in the platform are referred to as monkey bar charts. By the end of today's video, you'll be able to set up exactly what you see on the screen in front of us right here with whatever custom color preferences you would like. The other thing I'll throw in as an added bonus towards the very end is how to set up just the volume profile overlaid with a candlestick chart so you can read candlestick patterns, but also reference your value area low, value area high, and point of control, of course. If that all sounds good, let's jump right into it by resetting the platform together to a default style. So I have a blank candlestick chart. We're looking at the ES, which is the S&P 500 futures. We're looking at them on the daily time frame, and I've gone into the studies dropdown and removed all studies, this option right here, to ensure we're looking at a blank chart. The other thing you might have on your screen is if you right click on the chart window, go to clear drawing set, you can remove every drawing on the screen with one click of a button using that drop down here. So now we should truly be on the same page, starting from scratch with a blank candlestick chart. The first thing we're going to do together is navigate to the little gear icon here in the top blue bar, and when we click on that, we should open up the chart settings pop-up window. Inside of this window, we want to navigate to the middle tab right here where it says Appearance. When you click on this, we want to focus first on the chart mode at the very top of the window. By default, if you're looking at a candlestick chart, it should be standard. We want to go into that drop down and change it to monkey bars. Not monkey bars expanded, just the regular monkey bars. When I click on this, the menu of course changes, and we're going to press OK to see those changes take effect on the chart itself. A couple of things I want to point out before we dive back into the settings are that at first we are on the daily time frame, but notice that each one of these profiles is actually a month's worth of price action. Notice that this one as well is the full month of April. That's not really too helpful. So the first thing we should do is go into the time frame settings and navigate to the standard market profile time frame, which is the 30-minute chart. So go ahead and select a 30-minute time frame, and now notice that each one of these profiles corresponds to one trading day's worth of price action. There we go. So that is a good first step. Obviously, this is still pretty tough on the eyes, so let's dive back into the settings menu, again, the gear icon here, to start changing some of the look and feel pieces. Back into Appearance, right as the middle tab, and in this window, we're going to first focus on color. I'm a pretty monochromatic kind of guy. I like my grays and golds, as you saw in the very beginning of the video. So I'm going to change each one of these chevron shapes to the color gray. And for me, it's just going to keep things nice and simple. I'm not going to be distracted by the rainbow on my screen. That's much better. You can of course make these whatever color you would prefer, but for me, gray is my preference. Now we're going to dive on over to the left side of the screen here in the menu options and talk about everything we have there. So row height, we will leave as automatic for now. We'll talk about that as we move throughout the video. But volume 4 stands for, are you going to show the volume for the current profile, all profiles, or none? If you select none and press apply, notice how we just have the TPO sort of profiles in the background, the monkey bars. If we turn this to last and press apply, notice how again, all of these past profiles do not have the volume, but the current profile does. So you can set that up however you'd like. I'm going to change this back to all. Press apply, and you can see that change take effect. Underneath that, we have emphasize first digit, and if I check this on, notice in the preview window here, a couple of these digits have now just been bolded, right? So this 2 is bold, let's see, this 5 is bold. It might be a little bit tough to see on your screen, but it's just bolding some of the first of the series. I personally find that, again, a little bit distracting. I don't need to know when the series starts, so I turn that off. You can again see those turn back to regular, but that's how you would change that. Underneath this is really where we get into the rest of the look and feel here. Monkey bars is Thinkorswim's fancy way of saying TPO market profile. Monkey bar itself is in reference to the point of control, and the playground is in reference to the value area. Just like all other standard market profile softwares, the playground is 70% of that area. So I wouldn't really recommend changing that. That's the one thing they didn't decide to tweak and make custom here. 70% is correct. They just happen to call the value area the playground and the point of control the monkey bar. I prefer to change these colors up. As you saw in that initial example, I like gold, so I'm going to change the monkey bar to gold. I'll also change the playground fill to a gold color as well. But notice it automatically dims that area on the chart for us, which of course is a good thing. Just a pure bright yellow would of course be overbearing. What else do we have underneath that? The opening price and the closing price. By default, it's going to be these gold colors, but I like to change this to white, if you can believe it or not, for both of them. Notice here in the preview window that your opening print will always be in a white box, or whatever color box you decide, but a box nonetheless. And the closing price will always be with a left-facing arrow. Again, mine is going to be white here. Might be a little bit tough to see on that white point of control, but nonetheless, it's there. Underneath that, we have the initial balance, and this is best illustrated as if I just change this to blue, you can obviously see where that is now on our sort of preview here. It's going to highlight the exactly that, initial balance. It's currently selecting the first 3 periods, so the first 3 30-minute periods, but if I change this to something like 4, notice how it extends here now to the 4th 30-minute period. If I change it to 2, it's going to look very similar to 3 because technically we don't have any 3s, but if I change it to 1, now it's just overlapping where all of our 1s are for the first 30-minute period. That's the initial balance. I personally do not use it, so I will uncheck the initial balance. Underneath that, we have the volume profile, which thank goodness, again, they did decide to use regular terms for us here. So the point of control, of course, very self-explanatory, the place where the most volume traded. I'm going to change that to gold, just like we had up above. And the value area fill, I will also change to gold, like we had up above. And for volume color here, I'm going to change mine to a dark gray. That to me looks pretty easy on the eyes. It's easy to see. It's not overbearing. And just like we had up here for the playground fill is 70%, the value area fill as well will be 70%. Underneath this, these common settings are just going to apply to everything that's not specific to the monkey bars, so no need to dive into those settings. I'm going to go ahead and press OK and start talking about some of the things on the screen now. So the first thing I would point out, and it's one of the drawbacks of the market profile inside of Thinkorswim, is that automatically the overnight session is going to be baked into your day's volume profile. So if I go into the settings icon again, but this time I'm going to go to futures here at the very right-hand side, and you'll notice that it is showing the extended hours trading session. That, of course, is going to slightly impact the shape of the profile as well as the overnight volume and how that's impacting the volume profile if there's any overlap during the regular trading hours session. You can't separate these out into 2 individual monkey bars as far as I know, but you can just happen to turn these off. That way you're only looking at the regular trading hours session. So I'm going to press OK and notice that our profile sort of changed shape just a little bit. Now, what was that row height, which we left set to automatic, really about? Well, what you'll notice here is that if we zoom in on this, notice how it's not very detailed in terms of what the profile shape is. If we look at the row height here and just extrapolate that over to the price axis, it's about, I don't know, a 10-point range. And that's not very detailed considering that the market here has been moving, I don't know, recently with the current volatility, it's been like 100-point days, right? So we want a little bit more detail. And we can achieve that by going back into the settings menu, back into appearance, and changing our row height from automatic to something much more fine-tuned. The other options in the dropdown are tick size, so the minimum tick size. If I choose this and press OK, now you'll notice that we get a ton of information here on our profile. If we expand it, notice how there are numbers at every tick just about, which of course means every tick size. This is as granular as you can get, and a decent option for the ES, which I've been playing around with here over the past couple of sessions, given the current market volatility. In the future, this is subject to change, but if we come into the gear icon, back to appearance, and change this to custom, we want to go ahead and type in 2.5 points. So 2.5 is what I've found to currently be a decent look and feel. I'll press OK. And now it's not too granular, but it's also granular enough. It's better than that automatic sizing that we saw earlier on in the video here as we were looking at the profile. So that's basically it. That's how you set up market profile here inside of Thinkorswim. We've gone through all of the customization features. We've talked about the drawbacks of the overnight session being baked in. Another thing that I would point out here as we're sort of looking at this on the chart itself, not in the settings menu, is that in the top left-hand corner, notice that we do have 2 chevrons appearing up there. So if you go ahead and click on the second one and change this to blue, what you'll notice is that number 2s don't just change to blues, but the second set of 0 through 9 changes to blue. So the first set is going to be in that gray color, and then the second set of 0s through 9s, which show up as TPO profile prints essentially, shows up in blue. Okay, so that's what that controls ultimately. Again, I think that this is a little bit overbearing on the eyes. I don't necessarily need to know where that secondary profile starts, so I prefer to keep them both on the same color gray, but that's how you could change that. The other thing I would point out is that the last traded price will move around with that white arrow. The white arrow, again, represents the closing price, and as the market is open, that is going to tell you where price is currently trading. Now that we've covered all that, let's jump into how to set up just the volume profile overlaid with our candlestick chart. I'm going to reset this back to the default black look and feel candlestick chart that we set up earlier on in today's tutorial. And from here, all we have to do is go into the beaker icon right there. We're going to go into this, and this is going to be the Edit Studies and Strategies window. We're going to go over to the search bar. We're going to type in Volume Pro, and Volume Profile should come right up. We're going to add the selected. Now I'm just going to press apply. Don't worry, it's going to look fairly nasty. We'll talk about the customization as we move along. So we'll press OK, and we get this kind of hideous thing off on the right-hand side. Now, how do we actually get this to be usable on an intraday basis? Watch this. If we go to a 30-minute time frame, right, just back to that standard market profile time frame, notice how, again, this is just showing up for the entirety of the chart screen off to our left. It can be useful, don't get me wrong. This is certainly a useful tool here, but how do we get it to show the individual days worth of value area and volume profile, essentially? Back into the beaker icon. That's where we're going to spend a lot of time in this one, not the gear icon, the beaker icon. We're going to double click on the volume profile, and we're going to start tweaking some of our settings. The first thing that we want to do is change right here, time per profile from chart, which again, the current look is that this blue profile over here is taking into consideration all of the volume that has traded on the chart off to the left. We want to change that from chart to day. If we do that, that's a good step. Let's go ahead and press OK, OK, and you'll notice that's good, but we've only got 1 day's worth of volume profile. That's because if we go back to the beaker icon, double click to customize, this on expansion is turned on yes. We want to turn that to no. If we turn this to no, and now press OK and OK, notice that each day is now going to show up on our chart, which is exactly what we wanted. So now to get into the customization of the colors, look and feel, of course, back to the beaker icon, back to double clicking on the study. We're going to go ahead and leave show point of control on. Of course, we do want to show that. We do want to show the value area percent, just like our monkey bar chart is set to 70%, and the opacity is going to be at 50%. So that's that automatic dimming feature. And underneath this is where we can start to play around with the look and feel. So the first thing I would point out is that we have these plots. There is a secret setting that is going to control all of the colors down here called globals. But before we get to globals, I just want to take a second and turn off a couple of these things with us. So profile high will turn off automatically, right? Show plot is already turned off. The same thing will be true for profile low, but we want to go ahead and turn off the value area high show plot and turn off value area low show plot. Essentially what that's going to do is remove these sort of pale yellow lines that outline the value area. The highlighted area is enough for me, as we'll see in just a second. And now that we've done that, we can minimize plots and expand globals, scroll down just a little bit, and we have colors. Point of control, as you guys know, I like that gold color, so I'm going to set that there. For profile, I'm going to set it to the dim gray color. And for the value area, I'm going to change it to the gold as well, remembering that it will be dimmed 50%, right? If I press OK, and OK, notice how, boom, we now have that exact look and feel that I showed you earlier on in today's video towards the beginning and the intro. The volume point of control is going to be showing up here in gold, and we also have that red. The red is coming from, by the way, if we go back into the beaker, double click, point of control, which is POC, is showing as red right here. You can make this congruent to whatever color you want. Again, we'll just change that to the yellow color. And before we go any further, I would just recommend one more time adjusting your row height from automatic to something a little bit more custom. In the ES, as we found earlier, 2.5 seems to be a decent range, or you could leave it on tick size, which is the automatic lowest tick size, right? But if I press OK, notice how now that's looking much better. We have all the detail we need, and we can kind of see what's going on here with the volume profile. So that has been a full in-depth look at the market profile and volume profile here inside of Thinkorswim. If you've enjoyed enjoyed today's tutorial or learned anything new, let me know down below in the comment section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Feel free to share this with anyone who you know who might be interested in learning about the market profile. If you're not sure what the market profile is, but you want to start using it to trade, check out this video in the top right-hand corner. It's a brief sort of tutorial on what the market profile is and how to use it on an intraday basis. If that all sounds good, I appreciate you tuning in, and I wish you a green trading week.